Hey guys, it's ChessWiz. Just wanted to share a website with you that I've really enjoyed. It's mathtrainer.org. You can see the address up there. And this is a website where you can train your mental math skills and show off your ability to do math in your head. Now, maybe that sounds like a chore to you, and it is for almost everybody, but no matter how you try to avoid it, you are going to be dealing with numbers in your life. It's simply unavoidable, especially in finances. So being comfortable with numbers, just being comfortable working with numbers, adding, subtracting, multiplying, makes your life so much easier. So I think this is a very useful website for building your life skills. Now, I just beat this website. You can see I just beat level 100, which is the last level in the game. So what I want to share in this video is the techniques I use to beat it, because it's a little bit different than the way people learn in school to do mental math. So let's get started. The first problem here is subtraction, and most people approach this from right to left. They'll solve the portion on the right first, 9 minus 2. The problem with this is twofold. First, we don't say numbers right to left. It's 524, not 425 backwards. You know what I mean? And we also type numbers in left to right. The 5 would come first in 524. So I use a left to right technique to solve these problems. And I think if you do that, you're going to find that to be very intuitive after you get used to it. So to solve this problem, you're going to start with 6 minus 1. You're going to type 5. 9 minus 6, that's 3. Now, as you're solving this, you're checking for the next column over. So as I solve 2 minus 1, I'm looking over here and seeing, is this number, the 1, larger than this number, the 3? If it is, I can type the answer. 2 minus 1 is 1. But if it's smaller, I need to borrow 10 over. So I take one more away. So instead of 2 minus 1, I'm going to take one more away from that and type 0 because I need an extra 10 on this column. So this becomes 11 minus 3. Let me show you that again. 11 minus 3 is 8. Before I type the 8, I'm going to check over here. Can I subtract this 8 minus 1 without going into the negative? Yes, I'm okay. So I'll just take 11 minus 3. I'll type the 8. But for this one, 8 minus 1 is 7. I'm checking the next column before I type that 7. I'm seeing I can't do 3 minus 8. I need 13 minus 8. I'm basically adding 10 to the top number by taking it away from the column next to it. So 8 minus 1, I'm not going to type 7. I'm going with 6 here because now I have 13 minus 8. Now, before I type the 5, which is the answer there, I'm going to check the next column. That one looks good, so we'll go with 5, and then 9 minus 2 is 7. So as you can see here, I went left to right, and if you look ahead as you solve that, you're able to move very smoothly through the problem. Now, the next one here, division, not going to be easy. The technique I use for division is very similar to what you do on paper, long division. The hard part is doing it all in your head. So once again, we're going left to right here. 45 into 1, that can't happen. 45 into 10, that can't happen. 45 into 109, that is possible. So you chunk off enough digits on the left to start working with your 45. 45 times 2 is 90, so I'll put 2 in there, and the remainder is 19. So I've got 19 in my head. I pull off one more digit. Now, 19 is 19. 198 is what we've got next. So 45 into 198. If that's not enough, if 45 is still bigger than that, I would just push 0 and grab the next digit. But it is, 45 will go into 198. That is 4 times, because that's 180, leaving me 18 remaining. So to solve this, I'm having to do this in my head. 45, 90, 135, 180. That's hard to do. Take some practice. If you can't figure that out, you just guess. You'd say, okay, I think it's about 4. Now I have to multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. So I've got 1620, 180. We'll go over that more clearly in the multiplication part. But anyway, 4 times 45, 180. We're at 198 here, so I've got 18 remaining. 180, now I'm pulling the next one out, 184. Once again, I'm taking the next digit here, 184. Again, 4 times 45 is 180, so I have remainder 4. Taking the 5, now I've got 45 at the end, 1. So the answer is 2,441. This is a pretty easy division problem because 45 ends with a 5, which is easy to do in your head. If you get something crazy like 36, that can be really hard to multiply in your head. So what you end up doing is guessing, doing the multiplication, kind of working with the number in order to find what's going to fit, because sometimes it's pretty hard to do in your head. So ending with a 1 there, the next problem is multiplication. Once again, I'm working left to right. Most people learn to do this right to left, which to me is actually takes a lot of, writing things down or memorizing things. It's harder to do. I like to do left to right because I can type in the problem as I go. So 4 times 9 is 36. Just type 36. I multiplied the 2 leftmost digits. Now I move in 1 digit on the top and 1 digit on the bottom. So take a look. First, one digit on the top. It's 4 times 5. I'm keeping the bottom digit the same. I'm multiplying that. 4 times 5 is 20. I'm remembering 20, and now I'm pulling in one digit on the other side. So instead of the 4, I'm going to 1 and 9. 1 times 9, that's 18. So I've got my, 1 times 9 is 9. So I've got my 20 and I've got my 9. I combine those, and now I have 29. I'm combining that with 36 and shifting it over one place. I know this is complicated. I'm probably losing you, but you're going to have to just get lost. Sorry. So 29 is what I want to combine 29 with 36. Here's how I'm going to do this. The 29 kind of shifts over one place. So the 2 goes on top of the 6 and it gets added. The 6 becomes an 8, and then the 9 goes after it. So the 36 is thought of as 360, and then the 29 is going on to it. So 389 could be the starting digit to this number, but when I pull the next quantity out, I'm going to add it in, and everything's going to shift over at the same time. So I shifted in once. I got 4 times 5 and 9 times 1. Now I'm going to shift in again. So it's 4 times this 5 straight up and down, and this 5 times 1. So it's kind of a strange zigzag. I'll go over that one last time at the very end of this problem. So once again, 4 times 5 is 20. 1 times 5 is 5. That's 25. I'm adding 25 in here. The 2 is going to be added to 389. So that makes 391. And the 5 comes at the end. So you can see all the digits shifted over. The 2, the tens place, was added to it, and then the last number was just pushing everything over, which multiplied it by 10. So now we're moving in 3 digits. We've simply got a cross multiplication here. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 5 is 5. The total is 9. 9 is just dropping here. Normally, that would be a 2-digit number, so the second digit, the tens place, would be added there. But here I just throw my 9 in. Is that a 9? Yes. And now I've got 1 times 1 at the end, so the answer is 1. So the answer to this problem is 391,591. When I type the 1, the problem's going to go away. So let me just go over once more slowly how I did that. I multiplied 4 times 9. I typed 36. Then I multiplied this 4 times 5 here, and this 1 times 9 here. I added those together, and then I combined that with the 36 while shifting over the 36. So I got 29. I added the 2 to the 36, making it 38, and then I shifted everything over with the 9. Moving in one more digit, 4 times 5 and 1 times 5 here, got 25, just shifted everything over and put that 25 on top, then moving over one more digit, the cross here, 1 times 5 and 1 times 4, that makes 9 added together. I put the 9 in, and the last one is 1 times 1, and it's solved. So that technique, moving left to right through the number, makes sense after you do it for a while. If you're multiplying two-digit numbers, it's much, much simpler. And this website starts at that easier level, basically much easier. This is the hardest difficulty. And so as you develop that technique with smaller numbers, it gets easier and easier to do it with larger numbers. Lastly, addition. Once again, I'm moving left to right here. So I'm adding 6 plus 1 is 7. Before I type the 7, I check the next number over. Is this going to be a carry? Yes, 9 plus 4 here is a 2-digit number. So I'm typing 8, not 7. 6 plus 1 is 8 because I'm adding one more from this column. 9 plus 4 is 13, but I need to bump it up because the next column has an overflow. So it's 14. Now I'm looking over to the next column. It's okay. It's just 8. So I can do 9 plus 7 is 16, which is just 6. So each time I add 2 digits, I check the next column over, similar to subtraction. And if it's overflowing into its column, if it's overflowing to the left, the result is a 2-digit number. I'm increasing my number by 1. So 0 plus 8 is 8, but I'm going with 9 because this is an overflow here. 7 plus 8 is 15. I'm going over by 1, going 6 because I see this is an overflow. 9 plus 2 is 1 for the 11, but I'm going with 2 because 9 plus 4 is an overflow. And lastly, 9 plus 4, there we go. And that's all it takes. So check out the website mathtrainer.org and post below the video the level you're able to reach. I want to know about the math skills of the viewership of this channel specifically, because I think you guys are way better at mental math than the average guy out there, because you're pretty sharp guys. So let me know what level you're able to reach, and I challenge you to get to level 100 at mathtrainer.org. Thanks for watching.